Bonjour, everyone. This is Wes Wilson from the Lakota Ojibwe College, and today I will be talking to you about how to create flyers using Canva. So first off, I wanted to give you a little bit of background information about myself. I'm an LCU College alumni. I graduated in 2015. I also have a bachelor's degree in human services and psychology, and I'm currently working towards my master's in counseling. I work at the college. I do a lot of career development. I work a lot of internships, emergency aid, a lot of other student services. And a very small sliver of my job involves planning events. And occasionally I will participate in helping to create flyers. I do want to throw a disclaimer out there. I'm not a 100% expert at this subject. If you want to talk to someone who is very, very much in this professional domain, I would encourage you to reach out to Jenny Schlender, who's our director of marketing, or possibly Jessica Wagner Schultz, who also has held that role in previous semesters. So what is Canva? Canva is a free marketing platform. There's information for flyers, there's information for posters, there's information for social media posts, there's information for business cards. You can do a lot of different options with Canva. There is a premium version. It does cost $12.95 a month or $100 for the year. So I will say that for what I do, the free version works just fine. If you are in a position where marketing, you need to be doing this on a daily basis, it's possible, investing in the more premium version may have long-term benefits. So today I just wanted to cover a few tips for using Canva. The first tip is keeping your information clean and simple to read. It does sound a little bit, kind of a given, but at the same time, that's how we communicate. When we're looking at a flyer, we want to make sure you can look and read that flyer in under 10 seconds. That's kind of the main idea. Um, Less words has more meaning. So making sure that there's a balance of what's the words that really needs to be on here and what is the meaning that we're trying to convey, making sure that we can try to capture the same meaning with as least words as possible. Giving elements some personal space. So if you have a flyer and it's too crowded, it can sometimes look busy and distract the viewer from actually comprehending what you're trying to communicate. The next tip 4, is choose a font that reflects the feel. So if you are promoting a happy fairy, you're going to want a font that is really, really happy, really, really bright. If you are promoting a more serious event, say like a remembrance event, you're going to want a font that kind of has that more solemn tone to it. There are a lot of different fonts to choose from, and we can look at some examples in a bit, but yeah, I would encourage you to try to find a font that does reflect the overall feeling of the event that you're trying to launch. Tip number 5, keep the colors in check. Contrasting helps. So, one issue is if you have too much color, it can actually be very distracting for people to read. A helpful tip is to have one primary color and then kind of a secondary color and a third color. And that way you can kind of compare, you can contrast. You can mostly use bright, like a white background, and then use some darker elements within that so that it kind of balances out with kind of a contrast. Too much color can be very distracting though. Alignment and spacing. That also seems like a given, but having to make sure that the flow of your document is easy to read. It directs people so they know, okay, I'm going to start here, I'm going to read down here, and then I'm going to go all the way down there. That there is a clear and concise flow. It's not all over the place, that there's not any sort of spacing issues or alignment issues, because that can look a little unprofessional. So that's another tip. And then the last and final tip, just take a breather when you need it. Just take 5 minutes, step away from Canva, and then come back out at it with a fresh set of eyes. So anyways, we are going to stop screen share for just a second, and I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, so I just wanted to pull open a few examples of some of the things we talked about today. So for example, let's do this one here. So this is Canva. This is the feature. And right here, you can see that there's a whole lot of different options. You can actually upload your own documents. You can add, photos that you want to add into that specific, the specific flyer. There's elements. These are very helpful. So if you want to add, say you're doing a fall rake party and you're putting out some rakes or trees, these things are placeholders for pictures. There's certain animated ones. So if you are promoting an event online and you want it to move around a little, make it a little more fun, you can add some of those things. Um, Text. So there's a whole lot of different types of fonts. Again, reflect the font of what you're trying to feel. This might be a little more happy. This might be a little bit more solemn, a little more peaceful. There's options to add music if you are doing like a social media blast, that's kind of option as well. And then a whole lot of different availability for backgrounds too. So if you are trying to just create a flyer from scratch, you don't really have anything as much to work with, you can just use one of these backgrounds. It's also very helpful. For this flyer, I used kind of a white background and a black contrast with red as my primary and secondary colors. So we have the main title. It gives you kind of the direction here, gives you the date, Zoom number, and then we have kind of who is going to be represented and a few little bullet points about some of the benefits of going to this event. We have a contact person, we got the logo, we've got kind of the social media blast right there, and then a few other logos of the different colleges that are represented. So this is kind of just a nice, very basic generic flyer. It just helps kind of give a good visual on how to do that. Now I'm going to throw this out there too. Canva is something that does take a little bit of time to learn, but once you do learn how to use it, it will make your life a lot easier. So I do encourage you to hop on Canva. It's free, just sign up, and then you have access to all of this. Some of these are free, some of these are part of the premium version. But here are some of the different options. You can do video presentations, you can do flyers, you can do posters, you can do Instagram posts, Instagram stories, logos, presentations, invitations, cards, videos, business cards. There's a whole lot of different options through Canva. And so I would encourage you to please just, hop on here, take some time, do some investigation, see what works really well for you. So anyways, if you guys do have any questions about Canva, I'd be more than glad to help with this. I was anticipating this to be a little more hands-on, so I had prepared to kind of walk you through the steps as far as like how to create the account and how to design one from scratch. If you do have any questions and would like some individual coaching, please feel free to reach out. My email is wwilson@lco.edu, or you can reach me at 920-212-7555. All right, miigwech guys, and have a good day.